These are some of the artifacts we find on the Bighorn Mountain area, and some out in the Badlands, but mostly on the mountain. And usually near water, where they were making those arrowheads. They like it a little closer to camp. They had a good water source for their...
Okay, tell us the history about these photos on the wall here.
Okay. This picture here was the original log home that my dad had built. And we are right here in this little office right now. And this path here leads out to the old outhouse, get the good old outhouse situation. My mother made a lot of these railings and a lot of trellises and stuff for the plants. And we didn't have a well here those days, so we had a teaming wagon with a tank on, and we'd back it up right to here, and then gravity flow into a cistern out here. And then inside here we had an old primer pump that you put water in it and then primed it, and we put water in a sink for the dishes and so forth. Well, one day my sister says, let's let my little horse drink out of the sink. So I was on him, and she let him in, and he drank out of the sink. But pretty soon he started raising his tail, and I said, get him out of here, he's going to poop. No. She just sat down and laughed. So she cleaned the mess up, but the horse did poop in the kitchen floor. And his name was Bugs. Mm-hmm. He was my favorite horse. Yeah. I don't know if you can get this without a glare. Uh-huh. Can you? Uh-huh. Okay. This fella right here was my granddad's brother Luther. And he owned this bar in here. And this picture was hanging in a cafe in Worland, where the old bar used to be. And I looked it over and I asked my Aunt Ina, who is Lou Hampton? Well, she said, well, that's your granddad's brother Luther. Luther was separating two dogs that were fighting, and he got bit, and he died of blood poison. So Granddad Cy Hampton come from Randolph, Iowa, and took over the bar business. He didn't like the bar business, so he bought a farm out here on the Whiskey 10 area. And he was feeding 7 daughters and 5 sons. Well, they ate him out of house and home because they lost the farm to a grocery bill to relatives that owned the store, Jesse and Joe Hampton. So that made it interesting. But my grandmother owned a little piece of land not far from there, and they built on that and then built a feedlot for feeding lambs.
We can take a break.